Hello, clarinets. We're going to go over the chromatic scale today. So first off, we're going to start with chromatic number 4. And we are starting here on our G over here. And our very next note, which is right here, our open G, our very next note is a flat G. So now don't call this like GB. This is a flat sign. So what we have to do is we have to say, I need to find this G that has a flat next to it. So here's my G. Over here, this is a sharp sign, and I don't want that. Not at all. I want G flat. And clarinets, this is the one that we use with the 2 jelly beans right there. Okay? So now if you notice, there's 2 notes here, and there's 2 fingerings. Both these fingerings belong to both of these notes, but when we are doing a chromatic scale clarinets, we do not want to flip-flop. We want to use the 2 jelly beans. Thumb, 2 side jelly beans, okay? Now over here, this is a natural sign. It's not a sharp, it is a natural. So that means we are canceling out this key signature, F natural. Now you look over here and you say, I don't see that natural sign. Well, that's because natural means not sharp, not flat. If you look here, there's nothing next to this F, so it is F natural, which is thumb F. Then we have boring old E right there, and then we have another flat sign. This flat sign matches here. And again, look at all these choices. We are not going to use these. Ignore those. Boom, they're gone. So now we are going to use this one. That's getting kind of messy. Let me erase. So ignore these. Use this one. Okay, so that is just 1, 2, and a jelly bean. Okay, again, there's this sharp note here. Every flat note has an enharmonic. Enharmonic just means it's the evil twin. Okay, every flat note has a sharp twin. They sound the same, they look the same, they just have different names. Why do we need that? Well, if you take E and you make it flatter, make it lower, you end up with E flat. If you start with a D and you make it sharper, you end up with D sharp. It all has to do with what direction are we going. Are we starting here and lowering it to flatten it? Or are we starting here and raising it to sharpen it? The end result, it looks the same, it sounds the same, but this tells us what direction are we going. And then that's the end of chromatic number 4. Now, if you look here, you'll notice we played every single fingering. Each box, we played a fingering. Okay? The chromatic scale lays out, the fingering chart lays out the chromatic scale for you. Chromatic number 5, we start here on E flat. So freeze your fingers, clarinets. It's the same exact fingering. Okay? What's next? Boring old D. Then we have a D flat. That flat sign is right here. Notice its sharp twin is there, but we're not paying attention because we are going lower. So we have D to D flat. This is your 3 plus banana here, okay? And then next is C, and then we have our B. Now you can pick which one. This one is your fork, okay? And this one is your middle finger, okay? Now, when we were beginners, some of us learned the fork. Some of us learned middle finger. The fork one is much easier to use in the long run, okay? But if you have trouble hitting it, this is an option. Now, this is where this ends. So again, we haven't skipped a single square. We have played each square once. Now, number 6 starts here on B. And what's next? We go over here to find the B flat, which is 4 fingers. What's next after the B flat? We have our A. See, there's 2 lines there. And look here, there's 2 lines. We're not skipping any boxes. We're going to play each and every fingering on the fingering chart. Now, this one is A flat. 6 plus yellow for clarinets with the tape on them. The last one we play is G, G6. All right, guys, have fun. The next video will be all about chromatic 1 through 3.